If you still need to figure out how to make $10,000 to $20,000 a month every month consistently wholesaling real estate, guys, this is the video series that you want to be watching. In this video series, I'm going to break down the 4 most important steps and pieces to the puzzle that's going to allow you to make at least $10,000 to $20,000 every single month virtually wholesaling or wholesaling real estate. Make sure that you watch till the end, because at the end, I'm going to give you guys free resources and tools so you can make this a reality. Let's go. So if you've been following me for any amount of time, you probably have heard this a million times, but it's all about the markets that you pick. So part 1, of course, is going to be all about markets. The market that you pick, or the markets that you pick, are really going to determine the amount of success you're able to have. If you are a small fish in a big pond, it's going to be a lot harder to get to sellers and break through from all of the other noise and all of the other competition and all of the other thousands of dollars being spent. If you still are struggling to make $10,000 to $20,000 a month every single month virtual wholesaling or wholesaling real estate, you may not have that big of a budget. But for sake of example, let's say you're working with a budget of between $2,000 to $5,000 a month. That's a really good budget if you're able to allocate it to the right markets. Now, if you're spending $2,000 to $5,000 a month, where there's 50 other real estate investment companies that are spending $50,000 a month to $200,000 a month, it's going to be very hard to compete and to continue to get in front of the sellers like you're going to need to break through all the noise and stand above your competition. Of course, there's a lot of other things that go into that, so we're going to get into those a little bit later. But when it comes to choosing the right market, we don't want to be in any heavily oversaturated markets. When I first started virtually wholesaling real estate, the reason that I went virtual is because as I was trying to compete in Las Vegas, a market that is a billionaire's playground, I realized that everyone that I was making offers to, where it was low enough where it would make sense that I could actually wholesale the deal and make some money, these people were getting cash offers at much higher numbers from people who had different exit strategies and were able to spend a lot more money than me. So I knew that it was a very competitive market. After 2 weeks of calling for 10 hours or more a day in Las Vegas, I decided to try a different market, Cleveland, Ohio. And on my 3rd day calling in Cleveland, not only did I have over 25 leads that actually were at prices that would make sense, but I got my first yes, I want to sell, and I got my first contract, which led to a $15,000 wholesale deal. And that was the start of everything. Now that I had that money, I could actually start strategizing and spending money every single month on marketing to get in front of the sellers, to get in front of the same sellers and follow up. And all of that only happened because I picked the right market where I could actually secure a deal, get some proof of concept, start making money, and start reinvesting in my business. Some keys to picking the right virtual market, or the right market in general, is I never want to be in towns that are too large with populations of 2, 3, 4, 5 million. Now, the entire county may have that, but there may be several cities within that county, and I'm able to niche down into one of them that have a lot of investor sales, and that's both on the flipping side and on the rental property side. It's important to have multiple exit strategies in every market, which typically you will. If there's a lot of investor activity, there's going to be a lot of rentals, there's going to be a decent amount of flips, because some properties aren't going to be cheap enough for a flipper, but they will work for a rental property investor, or they'll work for a creative finance buyer, or if you have to, you can do a novation and sell it to a retail end buyer. So not only is it important to know your markets, but to know the strategies that work best in those markets so that you can execute those over and over and stay in the same markets. After some time, you can add more than one market, but in my experience, and I've helped over 250 people start their virtual wholesale business, people who market hop right in the beginning tend to not succeed because they're getting too much different information from all these different markets. For example, in Cleveland, there might be properties from the 1800s and the 1900s that have stone foundations or old foundations where water seeps through, or there may be areas that had termite damage, so all the wood is messed up. It's very hard to get deep enough into a market to learn this information if you're market hopping just because you don't get a deal immediately or get some motivated sellers immediately. At least spend as much time as you can. And like I said, I was doing 8 to 10 hours a day for a couple weeks before you determine that the market is oversaturated or you're just not finding that many motivated sellers. It does take time and it does take follow-up. Deals happen between the 6th to the 12th follow-up. So you may have these people in your CRM or system for a long time before they actually become a deal. But what you're really looking for is that people are willing to talk to you, that you're having a good amount of leads coming through, and that you're able to find good distressed leads, and that every property isn't like a 2005 built in great shape where there really isn't too much room for an investor to make any money. When you pick the right market, learn it, start generating deals there, and expand your different marketing methods. So if you're starting out just cold calling and cold texting, know that that's going to take a lot longer to get a deal than if you're doing things like inbound marketing. The cheapest inbound marketing right now is running ads on Facebook and TikTok. If you need more help and can spend at least $2,000 a month running ads on Facebook and TikTok, there's going to be a link below that you can click, and someone on my team will help you get started in that. But if you can't spend that amount of money and you have to only do outbound marketing in the beginning, just understand it's going to take a lot longer to get a deal. Just be more persistent, follow up more frequently, and choose niche data like probates, pre-foreclosures, and code violations so that you can actually reach people who need to sell versus just calling vacant properties where you may or may not find motivated sellers. If you have the bandwidth to do all of that, that's great. But if you're just one person and you can't afford to hire a VA, or you're trying to keep your budget tight, that's where the CRM and the automations are really going to come into play. So when we get to that part, make sure that you stay tuned. This is part 2 of our 4-part series on wholesaling and virtual wholesaling. If you need to make $10,000 to $20,000 a month consistently every single month in this business, these are the videos that you want to watch to gear up and get started. Marketing is going to be the next step in this process. Make sure that you stay tuned.